Hey you guys. So I know it's been a minute since I've uploaded any videos or any messages, and I just want to share with you guys what's been going on behind the scenes with me, because I really feel like a lot of us are going through so many changes, and it may seem like things are all over the place. You may feel a little unorganized, or you may even feel like you're not sure what's gonna happen next. But I'm here to tell you that a lot of you are currently in the thing that you've been praying for, and it may not look like it may look like the complete opposite, but just kind of go with the flow, go with the process. So before I really get into this message, I wanted to say thank you guys for reaching out to me. I had a few of you connect to me and talk to me, and I just want to say thank you for thinking about me. Okay. And I hope everybody's been doing all right. I know April, for me specifically, it has been such a chaotic month. It's been a lot of like ups and some, some downs, but mostly ups in an unexpected way. Okay. So the beginning of this month, I'm not going to make this too long because I have this message I want to share with you guys. But the beginning of the month, I was at the house getting ready to like do a reading, or it was either do a reading or like do something for the kids. But before I did that, I wanted to get my mind right. So I got in the shower, and I was about to take a shower. As soon as I step in the shower, I hear fire alarms in my apartment. So I jump out and I'm running. I'm like, what the hell's going on? And I see on my stove a pot that's on fire. Now I have a pot that I use for like scented wax, and I have it on like a super low setting to where like you can't, it would never catch on fire. I've been doing this for like years, and it works well for me. It's been working well. And so I turned it on, like it hadn't been on for more than like 20 minutes, and I can turn this thing on for a good minute and use it. But anyways, I'm running out the shower and I see that pot on fire. And I'm like, what the hell? So I run over to the pot, pick it up. The girls are in the background. They're screaming. They're crying because the flames, like they were like this tall. Like this tall. So I pick up the pot and I'm thinking, oh, so I could probably put water on this. Like I just thought water would be the solution. But what ended up happening is that the flames, they got even bigger. And in my apartment, I have sprinklers. I have like a sprinkler system that they have in each unit. So that went off. So the fire's out, but now like water is just pouring all over the place. And I'm like, oh my God. It was like something out of a movie. It was so crazy, so unexpected, chaotic. Like everything that took place that day, I just knew it was a lot deeper than what I was currently seeing. But so anyways, I get the girls, we get out of the apartment, everything is still wet and everything is just all over the place. The system is still going off, the sprinkler system. The neighbor that lives like right in front of me, I've never met her before. This is how I know spirit was like in the mix. Spirit is always in the mix or in the midst of everything that you're doing if you pay attention, And so she was across she lives across from me, and she saw me on her Ring camera. She saw us and she let us in, and she, gave us towels, and she was just like, stay here for a little bit, for a few hours just until we got things settled. I call my mom, I call the police. So my mom comes out. She helps me like clean up the water after they turn off the sprinklers. My brother comes out. He helps me like throw away stuff, because the kitchen, the living room, and I turned my dining room into the classroom area. And so the classroom area, like all of that was like soaking wet. Like after they had the sprinklers turned off, everything was just, super wet. And so I find it so funny. Like I really do, because even before any of that happened, I don't have my journal with me. I think it's in the house. But even before that happened, I had wrote down in my diary, like that same day I did a reading, and I keep like a journal or a diary, and I'll write down the readings that I get. But I remember this one part, I wrote, "It's not over." And then I wrote something like, there's some type of rebuilding that's taking place. And when I was doing that reading, I didn't know what I was talking about. I just wrote down what I was seeing in the reading, and it was coming to pass that same day. And so another thing I thought was crazy was like the day before, or like a few days before, I wrote a to-do list. And I really wanted to clean up the classroom area because it kind of got a little cluttered with all the school stuff and all that. And so when I went back, like after everything was settled, I'm at my mom's house now. And so I went back and I was kind of looking through some of my things, and I found this to-do list. And on the to-do list, I wrote clean out the classroom. And that's exactly what happened that day. Like my entire classroom is cleared out. There's nothing there. Like everything is gone. So I just found that so funny, how spirit the way that spirit works is sometimes unexpected, but I feel like it always happens like right when you need it. You know, it happens right when it's supposed to happen. Like the thing that you're asking for or manifesting or praying on, like it'll come right when you really need it, you know. Where I live, the complex that I live in, when I first moved into that place, like it was just, I see now that I don't deserve to live there. You know, like it's not like me and that environment, we don't match. All right, we just do not match. It's the people there. There are some cool people there. You know, everybody's not weird or everybody's not bad, but for the majority of that situation, like it's just not a fit for me. And I've known that for a while. And I've been asking spirit, like, where do I move? When do I move? I've been asking spirit that question for a few years now. I would say at least 3 years, because when I move in my life, for me personally, I really want spirit to guide my steps. Like I don't want to keep moving out of alignment. You know, like I don't want to keep making choices and decisions that don't really align with what my soul wants, you know. And so when this happened, I couldn't even be mad. Like I was there was a lot of different feelings that I was feeling, but I really couldn't be mad. Like when management was standing in the apartment and just examining the water and everything, like spirit was just telling me right there, this is not for you. You don't need to be here. And I knew right then and there, like I'm leaving, I'm moving, you know. And so I don't know, I've been the whole month of April, I've just been really open to what spirit can do, because anything is possible. You know, we are the only ones that limit what spirit can do. All right, so everybody's good. My family is good. Everybody is safe. No one got hurt in that situation. That's another thing, you know, because that was a whole fire. That whole apartment could have burnt to a crisp. That whole building could have burnt down, but that didn't happen, you know. So I'm so grateful. I'm so thankful that everybody made it out that situation with, you know, with nothing lost, like nothing of value. Nothing that got damaged was anything that I couldn't replace, you know. So I'm so glad. But I've been wanting to do a message and do a reading for the channel, but I've been kind of like all over the place with different things that have been going on with the family, that have been going on, you know, just with me personally. And I don't like to do readings when I'm all over the place like that. So this message that I have for you guys, it's a really good message. All right, it's a really positive message. And I feel like for those of you that may be going through uncharted territory, because that's what it feels like, especially for those of you that may be moving and you don't know what your next destination is or your next move is, and you're kind of in limbo, you know, be still. All right, be still, because spirit really is like putting together things for you behind the scenes. All right, so you can get excited. because a lot of you, you know, that I've been connecting to, I know you guys have been working on yourself. I know you guys have been taking time to really, you know, do better, choose better for yourself. And a lot of you, like, you have a clean slate. You have a clean slate. Like with this apartment, like when I first moved into the apartment, I moved in a rush. I wasn't, you know, connected spiritually. I wasn't paying attention to my intuition. I just wanted to move quickly. And so I moved quickly, and I ended up in a place that I can't say it was all bad there, because it really wasn't. I developed spiritually there, but I really understood that that's not for me. That place, that environment, that type of group, that's not for me, you know? And so I've been saying to Spirit, when I had that realization, all right, Spirit, where do I go? What's my next, you know, what's my next move? Where do you want me to be at? Where should I be at? You know? A lot of you have a clear canvas. You can be wherever you want to be. You can go wherever you want to go. All right. I feel like if you are aware of what it is you want, and you trust that Spirit has your back, you'll be where you want to be. All right. Be patient with your process. Okay. I do have a few cards here. I have a little table that I got for the car, because I might be doing more readings in my car. But I have a little table here. I have a few cards that I pulled. The first card is Angel of Strength. Okay. Angel of Strength. This is number 50. It came out with Imagine. It's number 20. And then I have To the Sea. All right. To the Sea. This is number 7. That's what it looks like. So when these three cards, when they came out, I heard, what do you want? All right. What do you want? What do you want your situation to look like? What are you asking for? Do you have a clear vision of what it is you want? All right. Because from the readings that I've been doing for myself personally, you know, I've been asking about the situation. All right, Spirit, what do I do next? What's my next move? And the message I keep getting right now is be still, be quiet, be still, pay attention. You don't have to move so quickly. You don't have to be in a rush to do anything right now. Like, it feels like a lot of us are in the perfect position to really receive whatever it is that we've been manifesting. It feels like a lot of us are in a receiving mode. All right. So things that you need, they're going to come to you naturally. You don't have to go out and search for it. All right. Be still. Okay. You're going to know what's for you. You're going to know what's for you. You're going to know what moves to make. You're going to know. All right. So be still. Listen to the direction that you're getting from Spirit. When it comes up, you're going to know when Spirit is telling you to do X, Y, and Z, or, you know, whatever you have to do in your situation. All right. So I'm just going to pull out a few more cards. I don't want to make this message too long, because it doesn't really need to be. I don't think so. So we're going to see, Spirit, at this time, what else do you have for the collective? What else do you need the collective to see at this time? Okay, so the 6 of Swords, this came out reverse. All right. Yeah, I can see that 9 of Swords here. So for some of you, whatever the situation is that you're dealing with, this is stressful. I'm also hearing time consuming. So there may be something that's taking up a lot of your time. All right. Some of you are struggling with depression or anxiety, or just like a stressful situation that you're not really sure how you're going to make it through. Be still. You don't want to move in a rush. You don't want to move without clarity. All right. Spirit, tell me about this 5 of... So the 6 of Swords reverse for me is the 5 of Swords. So there's some type of mental conflict. I see the King of Swords. Okay. So I'm seeing, so Spirit here. So I have Spirit here, or I have a messenger from Spirit. There's somebody here that's giving you a message. All right. Somebody wants to clear up some type of confusion for you, or you may read some information that kind of clears up some confusion. All right. So you may be receiving like a letter, an email. There's something that you're needing to receive. Okay. Spirit, tell me about that. Let me see. Spirit, tell me more about this. King of Swords. And the Six of Swords reverse. So I'm seeing information coming towards you. This could also be like a download. All right, it doesn't have to be, yeah, okay. So there's something you don't want to hear. I see the Nine of Swords here. It came out again. And the way these cards are kind of like jumping out, it's like you don't want to hear this news. I have a few cards that kind of came out. Knight of Wands, the Five of Cups, Death card, the Hierophant. This could be a situation, maybe things ended so quickly. Maybe you feel like you didn't get enough answers, or there's still, you're waiting for clarity, or you're waiting for closure. I feel like you don't like the way you're receiving some type of information, but this is what it is for right now, at least. Because like, if I'm talking about my personal situation, the way this apartment kind of ended, I didn't expect there to be a fire, and I didn't expect the sprinkler system to go off. Like, the way things have ended in my situation, it happened very quickly, and it happened in a way that was completely unexpected. I was in the shower. I jumped out of the shower. I didn't even get to grab my towel. But luckily, you know, when I went back to, before I left the actual apartment, I was able to get my robe and everything cover up. But the way that it's just so funny. I felt like when I was, okay, my vision for moving did not include this chaotic scene, you know? Like, I felt like when I was gonna move, I would already know where the house would be. I would have enough time to pack. I wouldn't have to like leave or get rid of things so quickly in that way, even though the things that I lost, like I didn't need them anyway. So it's just funny how the way things end, the way things ended, like that could be what's kind of throwing you off, okay? Like some of you could still be caught up in the way that you're being brought to the thing that you want, that is like messing up your mind, or you're feeling like just kind of like disappointed or stressed about what's going to happen next, instead of going into this new thing with an open mind, an open heart, because anything can take place now. Like for me personally, I'm open right now. Like I'm open to what spirit is doing in my life. There's no reason for me to hold on to that apartment anymore, because I can see clearly it's not what I want. I don't want to be there. And so I know that, I've always known that, but I have more clarity around, okay, now is the time for me to leave that place. Okay. So try not to get too caught up in how things are ending. Some of you are kind of caught up on that, but this is what it is, okay? You deserve more. I have a message too that I'm going to read at the end of this. Just because I did a personal reading for myself this morning, and it kind of resonated to like a collective type of message. Spirit, what else do you have for the collective? What else do we need to see at this time? What else does the collective need to see at this time? What else does the collective need to see? Yeah. The Four of Cups. The Four of Cups came out. All right, Four of Cups. Please excuse my nails. I have to do my nails over. Yeah, Four of Cups. It's like you don't deserve that anyways. Okay? Whatever is leaving your life, or whatever changes are taking place, now is the time, is what Spirit is saying. And you just may not, you just may not be for it. You may be having a difficult time accepting, or a difficult time moving forward. All right? Tell me about the Six of Swords. It happened so fast. Eight of Wands. But I have the Strength card here at the bottom of the deck. The first card that came out with the oracle cards is Angel of Strength. Some of you are a lot stronger than you may realize. All right, I don't know what everybody's situation is, and you know, I can kind of feel the regret, the disappointment, the shoulda, coulda, wouldas in your situation. So I'm going to go ahead and read this message, all right? Because this is why Spirit gave me this message in this reading I did earlier. So this message I wrote, a little birdie told me, okay? I'm going to actually replace the I's for you, okay? So a little birdie told me, you are in possession of wealth, okay? You possess wealth. You are wealthy. You were born wearing the crown of wealth. Wealth and riches are in your home. You come from royalty because of the fact that God dwells in you. So when I was writing some of these words, I'm just writing and I'm looking at the cards and I'm reading and I'm remembering certain things and I'm, you know, putting two and two together. I'm connecting the dots as much as I can connect them. And it made sense. It made sense to me. Because God is in you, you don't have to worry, you don't have to stress, even though like that's going to happen. But you really don't have to. All right? God is really like so much bigger than we can fully understand. And sometimes it doesn't make sense. Like it really doesn't make sense the way God moves or the way things move in your life. But if you can trust, if you can really trust that the God that is in you is guiding you at all times, then you'll be able to make it through situations that you may be currently experiencing. Some of you are experiencing situations that are difficult, and you may be having like these past thoughts, these past emotions that are kind of coming up, causing you to like second guess yourself, or causing you to feel like if you had only done this way, then you wouldn't be in this situation. You can't worry about what happened in the past because it's already there. You've already done that. I can't stress out about signing the lease for this apartment. I've already signed it, you know? So if God is giving me a way out, and this way out looks kind of weird, it looks a little stressful, but I know it's God like removing things that I don't need, then I'm going to go with the flow. I'm not going to fight. I'm not going to work against this. It happened. I was there. But now I'm free. Now I don't have to be there. You know, like some of you need to try to focus a little more on what is going right in your situation, because there's always something going right. Even in the midst of me collecting my children while water was pouring all over us, I was able to get a robe on. Like that was very important to me because I did not want to be out there ass out. Like I needed a robe. So I got my robe. I was able to grab my phone. My kids were already, you know, out the door. I was able to get my phone. You know, the neighbor was across the street. She was home. She could have been anywhere in the city, but she was home at that very moment and let us in. Like there's so many things that you can focus on that are good, that will remind you that you're not in your situation by yourself. The number one thing is that we didn't lose our lives. You know, like it could have easily been a different situation, but it wasn't, you know. So try to focus on what's going right in your situation. And when you do that, it'll just like, it'll expand. You'll see even more. Like, okay, all right, Spirit's doing something for me. I don't understand it all the way right now, but it's something good happening. Something positive is happening. All right, so I'm gonna read the rest of what I wrote. So I said, okay, you come from royalty because of the fact that God dwells within you. All right, you deserve the best in life. You deserve true love, wealth, health, all the wonderful things this earth, this dimension, this world has to offer. You deserve all of that. And then I wrote, you have already won. You've already overcome the problems or the concerns that you may have. The solutions that you're looking for, they're already available. Everything is already created for you. So the problem that you're currently facing, there's already an answer to that. If you think about that, like if you look back on past problems that you've had, you know what the solution was. You know, like the solution, it came. So that's why I wasn't really tripping too much about what happened, because I know from past experiences, me stressing about the situation that I don't have control over, it doesn't do anything but put me in this type of mindset. You know, that 9 of Swords, that stressing, that shoulda, coulda, woulda, I should have turned the eye off, I should have did X, Y, and Z, I should have, you know, whatever. Like that doesn't do anything for me, because I know at the end of the day, Spirit is working on my behalf, always, at all times. That's what I know. All right. So the solution is already available. It's for you now. Some of you just need to kind of sit with yourself, sit with Spirit. That's why we have these 2 cards here. To the sea, on this card I wrote, be still, breathe. This is like a meditation energy. Be still, be patient. Right underneath this breathe card is victory. You've already won. The answer is already here. The solution that you're looking for is already here. Be open to how Spirit delivers it to you. All right. I wrote on here, do not allow the shoulda, coulda, wouldas to consume you and consume your mind and bring you out of consume your mind. Okay, don't allow that energy to consume your mind. God is bringing you out of a place that you don't belong. So some of you have recently experienced some type of change that, you know, is causing this type of energy for you. Spirit is bringing you out of that place that you don't belong. And it may not look like it right now. Go with the flow. Trust the process. Okay. And then I also wrote, look forward to this next season of your life with joy, optimism, because you guys have a clear, clean slate. Like the question that I got when I pulled out these 3 oracle cards was, what do you want? What do you want things to look like for you? What do you want your future to look like? Don't focus on what happened in the past. Okay, focus on what you can create now. All right. So look on your life with joy, optimism, clarity, and with an open mind, because this new chapter of your life is available for you now. A lot of you are in a brand new space. Okay. So get your mind right, get your mind ready. Okay. If you need some time to kind of sit with yourself each and every day, because that's what I have to do every day, you should probably try that. All right. This place where you belong, or this place that you're going, you're gonna know that it's for you, because it will resonate with your soul. It'll just feel right. Okay, like for those of you that are moving, or, you know, even if this is about a relationship or a job, like you're gonna know what's for you. Okay, so sit with Spirit, allow Spirit to guide your steps, trust this process, be open-minded. Okay, so that's the message. I really hope that it was helpful. Thank you guys so much for all of your love and your support. I really do appreciate you guys, and I will talk to you later. Okay, bye.